Hi, George Bruno here, also known as the Sultan of Silver, and I want to show you the proper way to lubricate your shears. Shears. These are very expensive. Most barber shears, the good ones, go for anywhere from a couple hundred up to $2,000, even more. I have found that when I went from $50 shears to $150 to $200 shears up to $500 and $600 and up, the quality is better, which means that they cut the hair, they don't push it out when you're cutting it, but we'll get into that on another video. Now, this is what there's usually a screw that goes through from one side to the other, and a little nut that opens up with a key so it doesn't loosen up by itself. And that key usually comes with most of the scissors, with the higher end shears. What I do is I take the part that has the tang. That's a tang. Now watch. And I'm going to put the oil right here while it's horizontal, while it's flat. 2 or 3 drops. And then I'm going to turn it upside down like this, and then just go like this. I have a towel underneath so the oil is dripping on, and in case I drop these, it lands on a towel, not a hard floor. And you're going like this. Now, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the hair pieces? There you go, you can see that right there. Little hair pieces are coming out from that joint where the metal articulates. I don't recommend taking your shears apart unless you know what you're doing. Many times with the shears, there's bearings in there. There's nylon washers and things like that. I do it because I know what I'm doing, but I wouldn't recommend that the average person do it. And I do this until I can freely, and I'm not grabbing this. I'm putting my fingers in here like this. See how they're moving? And I'm just going like this. And I'm allowing the weight, I'm just seeing how far it can go before there we go, before the weight of that half of the shear just kind of goes by itself. Now with the hair in there, it was going like down this far because the hair was locking it up. Now, look at this right here. Look what came out of that joint. Can you see that? There we go. What that was doing, it was separating the two parts of the shears. Now I have clean shears. But here's something you don't do. You never oil the blade. Never, ever, ever oil the blade. The reason is you don't want that to be lubricated. You only want the joint or the articulation area to be lubricated. Let me clean it off. I'm removing the oil from the blade. Careful, these are so sharp, it's amazing. Now, there's still little tiny pieces of hair coming out. As they build up, they separate the shears, and it makes cutting hair harder, and it only cuts the hair on the ends of the shears. Only here, because this area is actually separating with all the hair underneath it, and then the only part that actually crosses each other in contact, comes in contact with each other, are these ends right here. Okay? Sharp shears, let's say if this is hair, I'm not going to cut my fingers. Sharp shears should cut right from here. When you open them up, they should cut right from there. Okay? When they're not sharp, or when a lot of hair is built up inside here, when you close them, that hair gets pushed out and only a little bit of hair gets cut on the end. So when I'm scooping up hair, pinch at my fingers, and I go to cut, the only thing that's getting cut is the very end, because this part here is being pushed. So you never oil the blades. Anything from the joint forward, you don't oil it. You clean it, you don't oil it. The reason why is you don't want to fold the hair. If the blades are lubricated, then what happens is it just does this to the hair. Literally, it folds it in half. So there you go. Quick and easy. A drop here, turn it upside down, freely move this until all the hair comes out, and this just drops all by itself. Okay? Quick and easy. I hope that helps those who are in the hair industry, or even those who have a nice pair of shears at home to trim your mustaches. Hope that works for you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.